Hi, everyone. Welcome to week 10. I cannot believe it's already week 10. We're almost to the end of the semester, and we're almost to the end of this paper that we're doing for conspiracy theories. Um, so I just wanted to show you, we're going to be having peer review this week. So I basically based the peer review off um, the rubric for this paper. And so if you want to look over the rubric, there's some points down here. They're a little bit different than some of my other papers have been if you've taken me for other classes. I just wanted to make sure that you're really getting a lot of credit for how hard this paper is for, creating rebuttals, making sure your ideas are organized, the summaries, that you're getting enough points for that, and that you're getting a lot of points for the research that you're doing for this, right? Because I know that that's a lot of work you're putting in. Our thesis statement is always important, but I did take a point off that to put it elsewhere just because I really wanted to make sure that you're getting points for that hard work. Okay. So, reason I'm telling you this is because we have peer review this week. And so you want to make sure that you click here to get into the sign up sheet and then sign up for a group. Once you get into a group, if you hover your mouse, or if you just click on this, this is going to take you to the group Google Doc. And once you're in there, you'll see this is our worksheet for peer review. And so I based the peer review worksheet off the rubric, so that you're thinking about your paper the same way I'm going to be thinking about your paper while I'm grading it. And I'm basically looking to make sure that you're doing these things we've talked about in class, or some of the kind of goals that we have for our writing in general and for research. Are you citing things? Did you get research from primary sources? Um, did you organize your ideas, use structure and transition, things like that? And hopefully this will be really helpful, because I think that this paper can be difficult because we can overthink it. We can kind of get in our head, and getting feedback on this paper can really help us think through some of our thoughts and how we might want to present them to someone else, right? Speaking of which, I am continuing to work on my rough draft that I'm hoping will be helpful to those of you who are a little bit, a little unsure of what this project is supposed to look like. So if you're having questions like that, I think I'm on page 4 or 5 now, yeah, of this paper. So, and you can kind of see where I'm going with this. I'm continuing to kind of build this moral panic section, but you can also see the structure that I'm going to be using to support the rest of the paper, how I'm incorporating sources, the kind of tone that I'm using, and things like that. It's not a perfect paper. It's definitely still a very rough draft, but I'm just hoping that this will help you as you're working on finishing up your papers. What else? Oh, so one of the things that's important, but that can be a little bit tricky, is finding logical fallacies in the conspiracy theory that you're analyzing, and that you're arguing against. And so if anybody is having trouble figuring out what logical fallacies they might be working with, one of the things I would recommend is just going to this Thou Shalt Not Commit Logical Fallacies site. Um, and I'll share the link in our announcement for this week. But if you just kind of hover over each of these, they'll give a really brief description. And I just really prefer this website to like Wikipedia page on fallacies, because it really is overwhelming. um, and so I'm trying to do something that will hopefully be a little bit easier, to kind of see, like, am I on the right path? And then once you've hovered over something that you think might be right, so let's say you think you might be dealing with slippery slope. Well, then you can click on the I'm having internet problems. But you can click on the logical fallacy box, and it will take you to this page that will give you a little bit more information. And then if at this point you're still not sure and you want more information about what slippery slope is and what examples of that might look like, then you could Google slippery slope or go to the Wikipedia page and do more research. And so that would just be one tip that I have as you're kind of working through, what kinds of logical fallacies am I seeing here? Is this slippery slope, or is it something else? All right. I think that's it for this week. We're wrapping up this paper. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you've all written. I know this is a challenging paper, so please don't hesitate to stop by during office hours, to email me. We can set up a meeting. And just also just let me know any questions that you have. And then finally, please don't hesitate to ask if you'd like an extension. You can have up to an extra week. to complete the paper, and that might be helpful if you're still working. So, which of course you're still working. It's not even peer reviewed till tomorrow. But yeah, I hope you all have a good week and good luck with your writing.